Good morning, everybody. Happy Palm Sunday. What an awesome, amazing thing. We have made it to another Sunday of celebration, another Sunday of giving thanks. Another year has passed. It's interesting, it feels like each time, at least for me, that we get to Easter now, it's really quite something because it's layered on with the time-marking reality of the pandemic. So happy Palm Sunday, church, and thank you so much for joining us this morning for this time of reflection and pause, for these moments of sacred space together that we make here. I'm Pastor Jana Myers, and you have found yourself at our Sunday morning Sunday school devotion here at St. John United Church of Christ. I know that's a lot of S's to say in one sentence, but it is something that is sweet and delightful. So on this Palm Sunday, I hope that you have two things with you. One, your whole present self. So whatever's going on before, you can set it aside. Whatever comes up later, you can wait for it to arrive. And maybe you have found a little palm. Maybe you picked one up in the tub outside, or maybe you grabbed one during the week, or maybe you're going to swing by church after this and get one. But my hope is that you might make contact with a physical leaf today, whether it is a palm or an oak leaf or some other maple leaf. I'm not sure how many leaves we're actually going to have outside today, but nonetheless, you may have a plant in your house. But some kind of leaf that you would encounter, or palm branch. As I told you last week, we're trying something new for these few weeks right leading up to Easter, the What If series of our post-pandemic ponderments from our Still Speaking group at the UCC. They've sent us these intriguing questions that we might ask ourselves and reflect together. So I'm going to pose to you one question without any sort of discussion or devotion or scripture that goes with it. Normally we get all those extra pieces. But today, and for the next two additional weeks, we're just going to get one question. So here's your question this week. What if you actually gave thanks for the very breath in your body? What if you actually gave thanks for the very breath in your body? Intriguing question. That breath you just took, and that one right now, and that one, were you thankful for them? Or was it automatic? Did it just happen? So a part of your being that you didn't even notice. What if we were thankful for the very breath in our body and everything else? So this morning, since this is kind of an interesting question that requires maybe a little something more than just our reflection, I want you to do a breathing exercise with me. Put both feet on the floor. Find a comfortable seat. You probably shouldn't be standing up or driving for this one. So if you are standing or at the office or driving, go ahead and just put pause on this video. Come back to it when you get wherever it is you're going. But if you're seated, go ahead and put both feet on the floor and kind of settle in. Sit up nice and straight. Shrug those shoulders. And as you do so, as your shoulders come up to your ears, take a breath in. And as your shoulders fall down, release it. But now do something more. As you breathe in, either say or think the word thank. And as you breathe out, think or say the word you. So it will look something like this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank You begin to connect your body with your breath. Take one more deep breath all the way in. Fill up your tummy and your lungs. And release it. Settling into who you are, bring your awareness to your toes. Think about your toes. Are they in your socks, slippers, shoes, dress shoes? Give thanks for the toes, the heels, and the feet, all the places that they've walked, all the places they've been and carried you up to this point. Move your awareness to your knees. The very joint that moves and carries, kicks, skips, dance. They may be the knees you were born with. They may be replaced knees, repaired knees, non-functional knees anymore, aches and pains, or fresh and ready to go. Give thanks for the way that they miraculously bend and stitch together. Move your awareness to your hips, that big rotating joint that allows you to turn and be flexible, that holds the legs to connect to the body, the movement, the engine of our body, it holds it together. Again, maybe you have had a hip replacement. Maybe your hips are no longer very hippie. Or maybe you have been training for a recent running or walking activity and you are feeling incredibly speedy. However, those hips are working or not working. Give thanks that they are yours. Take a deep breath in, breathing in all the way to your stomach. Give thanks for the place where we digest the delicious meals that bind us together with those around us, as well as for the lungs that do the work of cleaning, filtering, and sending the air in and out and the oxygen all around our bodies. Send your awareness down your arms and hands for the good that they do, the work that they offer, the grace that they extend. Because you see, our very bodies, just as they are worth giving thanks for. None are perfect. All have needed care and tending. All have needed love and support. Some need rebuilding, replacing, recharging. But the very breath you breathe connects you not only to your body, but to the bodies on either side of you, right? You've taken a breath in and breathed it out. And that same life-giving breath that you just took, you have to believe, if matter doesn't ever disappear or reappear, was connected in some very small part to the very breath that I just took. And by logical extension, to the very breath that Christ himself took while he was on earth. That same spirit and breath that renews us from our toes to our shoulders to our hands, that enables us to do work, has been shared by all of us. That is an incredibly powerful thought. And what if we gave thanks for that? What if every breath we took, we realized it was shared? It wasn't just ours, but it was partly mine and partly yours, partly people thousands of years ago, and in fact will be the breath that carries forward for thousands of years yet to come. That in that breath we connect to the mystery that we proclaim when we talk about God. God who was and is yet to come. That true statement, that power of how we understand God in the Trinity, is true in each and every breath you take. What if you were thankful for that? Even if it was only once a day. What if it was once an hour? What if you challenged yourself to live in a state of gratitude, where you gave thanks for the very breath, the simple thing that you cannot buy and yet cannot live without? The very thing that, when filled with particles or virus, can be so disruptive to our lives. What if we gave thanks for that? You remember when I asked you to get your leaf or your palm? That little thing also needs the same oxygen that you breathe. See, you're connected, not just to the people, but to the creation that God made. So as we give thanks this morning for the breath, for the presence of Christ, for the work that happens in this holy week ahead of us, be mindful that you are connected not only to the people, but to the creation, and that this story is your story. So go ahead and put that leaf right by wherever you watch this service, and save it there for worship at 10 o'clock. And come back and join us, connected with all of us here, and with the very breath that breathes through you and me, as well as our plants and trees. I'll see you at 10.